have to advertise your brokerage more and more and more, and that's not going away. They're trying to strip away the agent's visibility and really promote the brokerages, right? And we used to be able to get away with your home sold guaranteed / Mike Szakos on Zillow and all these Facebook and different places, and they started saying, nope, you can't do that anymore. You have to put your brokerage name or just your name. And you know, the SEO that you get from the USP being your brokerage name, it can't be understated how huge that is. We know that the marketplace is going more and more digital, right? Print advertising still works, and we're going to dominate that game, but there's more and more traffic online, right? Everyone's got that on their phone. They're looking stuff up. If your brokerage name is the USP, which benefits them directly, the consumer, that's all they care about, we FM, right? You are gonna get the majority of that traffic. And you can recruit good agents, good team leaders, and people, and I just recruited a growth partner because she understood the power of the SEO. She's like, oh, I get that. I get that's why it's your home sold guaranteed. Showing her the search results, 2.6 billion versus a few 100 million, right? It's multiples times larger. So that is something that's amazing. The other thing is, growing my team, there seemed like there was a point in time where I would lose team members because there was no growth opportunity. It was like, all right, the next logical step is to be Mike, and Mike's not gonna let that happen, so they would go spread their wings elsewhere. But without the Craig Proctor coaching and without my guidance, they failed. They were out of the business or very much not successful in a very short time period. So having this system and having that ladder and having growth paths for them to become a team leader, to become an owner eventually if they want to do that, I can support them through that journey. And that is something that's very powerful for recruiting as well. High Ds want to know that there's advancement. They want to know that there's a future for them. So with your home sold guaranteed realty brokerage, you can show them there are obvious paths for your future. Multiple locations. So some of you know that I'm opening a branch in Nashville, Tennessee, right? I'm based out of Ventura, California. Well, it's one licensing fee, and I can do that with their blessing. Todd and Craig are very supportive of that, right? I have been part owner of other franchises. They do not want you to do that. There's all sorts of politics involved. You have little territories, they carve it up. You can only play in this sandbox. He's like, yeah, go for it, dude. Like, I have someone on my team who wants to open a Colorado one. He's like, yeah, go for it. Like, keep doing it. Grow this thing. Let's get this bigger and bigger. You can't find that at any other franchise. And I know this is a licensing agreement, so it's not really a franchise, but that's how the norms and standards are in the real estate industry. You own a franchise, you have this little area you can play in. The mastermind, and I touched on this a little bit earlier, when you advance to titanium and then advance to being a broker owner of your home sold guaranteed, like, you get to interact with these people on almost a daily basis, right? We have all sorts of stuff. We have Zoom calls, we just reach out to each other, there's Facebook groups, we see each other at events like this. Thank goodness we're doing these live again. And everyone is just pulling each other up to see, like, what is possible? What can we do? What can we really make this? How big can we make this? I'm inspired by everyone else up here and the other owners and the other Titanium members, and that's just exciting because normally you are around a bunch of people who aren't thinking as big, aren't dreaming as big, and they're more of, I like to say the traditional real estate owners, broker owners are, you can't do that, right? Oh, you can't do that, you can't. You can't type of people. This is a group of people of how can we? How can we do this? How can we achieve this? How can we make everyone a success? And then lastly, the exit strategy, right? So I've been a part of other franchises, and again, this is not a franchise, it's a licensing agreement, but there was no exit strategy. There was no potential sale down the road. And I asked, and they're just like, well, just give it to your kids. I don't know, give it to your kids, maybe sell it. Well, how do I value it? And I don't know, just whatever someone will pay for it, right? And there was no actual exit strategy if you want to take that path. With this, there is the possibility of at some future date having an exit strategy where you can sell, and it can be a much larger number than the traditional brokerage.